Hello everyone, my name is Björn Giesler and this is an extremely quick and dirty video that I'm literally shooting on my lunch break, but I decided to put it out anyway because look what the cat raked in. Yes, it's the fabled Behringer 2600 Blue Marvin that the world has wondered about since a couple of months, ever since Behringer first put out their clone of the 2600 in an orange and black version with a digital reverb, and then just a couple of weeks later announced that they were going to be releasing a blue version, the Blue Marvin, and a gray version, the Gray Mini, with selected components and a special additional spring reverb that's replacing the digital reverb in the orange and black version. So ever since then, everybody has wondered, what does that mean? How are they going to stack up to each other? And that's why I decided, now that Thomann has delivered this, actually this was due for delivery in June, July, according to Thomann's best guess. And now I think yesterday, the day before yesterday, they must have found a pallet somewhere on a ship that actually made it to Germany, and I got one of them. So because everybody's waiting for this, I decided to really do a quick video to show you how the differences are. And I've only had this for about half an hour, so I'm just learning as well. So the things that I want to cover is how's the spring reverb sound? How does that stack up against the digital reverb in the orange and black version? And then, of course, do I find any sonic differences between the two versions? So let's dive straight into it. Let's take a look at the spring reverb first. First dry, and then I'll play a little bass line that I put in on my Deluge, and I'm going to shift that bass line from the orange and black version to the blue version back and forth so you can compare the sound. Okay, let's start this out with looking at actually not the sound of the synth itself first, but just the reverb. So there's nothing coming from MIDI right now. There's no signal going through the oscillators. The synths themselves are not making a sound, so we can listen to what the reverb itself sounds. Start at the black and orange one first. And as you can hear, there's nothing there. But if you do this on the blue one, this has a real spring reverb that's completely analog, and you'll hear this lovely, lovely noise come in. I'm not complaining. I mean, this is 70s technology. We wanted a spring reverb. We got a spring reverb, but it is certainly the noisiest thing that I have in my rack. On the other hand, there's a couple of things that you could do with it that you just can't with a regular reverb like this. Obviously, it sounds different. We'll hear that in a second. But you can do things like this. Ooh, you hear that? Nice. Ooh. Okay, so the spring is quite certainly on the back of the unit. No idea where they put it, and I don't want to take this apart, but that is a real spring reverb for sure. Okay, so let's dial that down again, and let's see how the oscillators sound. Okay, so now I have a bass sequence, not an especially inventive one, coming from the Deluge. Here it is. This is now coming from the black and orange one. It has the VCO3 with a saw all the way up. I've tried to tune them by ear. Of course, with these tuning sliders, you'll never reach that 100%, but I think I got pretty close. A lot of decay, a bit of sustain, and I put up attack and release just a bit to get rid of the clicks that otherwise you'd get. See? That's fine. Snappy envelopes, so that's quite natural. Okay, so we have this now on the black and orange one. Filter all the way up, just a pure sawtooth. And now let me move to the blue one. Back to the orange one. Back to the blue one. Just a bit back and forth. I don't know, sounds pretty much identical. Now let's see if we can take the filter frequency down. I'll try to tune them by to get it right by ear. Take that down to about a kilohertz. First on this one. No resonance right now. And do the same on the blue one. And then move a bit back and forth. Perhaps a tad bit more noise on the blue one before the ADSR shuts off. I don't know, there's a bit of a noise back end there. Let's take that down to about halfway. This is the black and orange one. Now we have the blue one. Switch a bit back and forth. Black and orange. Blue one. A bit further down. Interesting. I don't know about you, but I hear definitely a bit of a noise still in the blue one, even though the reverb is down. Don't know why that is. By the way, these are both the 4012 filter. Let's take the resonance about halfway. First on the black and orange one. And then on the blue one. Ooh, I don't know about you, I hear a difference there. Okay, a bit carefully dialing in the frequency. It's not so much there in the basic tone anymore, but it is there in the noise. I still hear the noise. Here's the blue one. And here's the black and orange one. Okay, for the sake of time, let me take resonance down again. Filter again up to about a kilohertz. So you can actually get them to sound pretty much identical, if not for that bit of noise back there. Okay, so now let me put up a bit of reverb. About a quarter of the way, and this is the black and orange one. Oh, even a bit much. About an eighth of the way. And now I'll dial it up on the blue one as well. Not sending any signal through it. You'll still hear the noise because I have them both hooked up at the same time, so I'm not audio switching between them. And the noise comes from the reverb even if the synth is not playing. Let me put that up to about a quarter of the way. And let's see how they sound. 1, 2, 3, and... A lot more subtle on the spring reverb. Back to the spring. There's a lot less there, so I'll just dial that up a bit. And you can hear the spring harmonics in the background. the black and orange doesn't have that. Well, I'd say they're close actually. Okay, so now let's drown out the black and orange one in reverb. A bit more than halfway. And let's get the blue one. So I'd say this is a lot more subtle than on the black and orange one. I mean, of course not turned up all the way, but listen to the black and orange. I think it helps to pull this down because this will start reverberating, keep reverberating even if I shut the other one off. Okay, so I like the spring reverb. I'm not quite sure about the noisiness. It's actually a bit much. Okay, so let's play with it some more.